Yo, what up, Street Talks? Eric Kim. All right, currently in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. So, some turbo thoughts. So, this first thought is how you could change the world and move the world with photography. So, I think the big problem is a lot of people nowadays are super jaded. They're like, oh, you can't change the world with photography. It's so naive, blah, blah. But I think actually what we are missing today's world is a healthy dose of naivete. And I mean, at least that's one of the upsides of me being a quote quote millennial. I'm, born in 1988. Is that my personal philosophy is if you have the ability to just change or profoundly influence the life of just one other human being on planet Earth, which out of 7+ billion people, you've kind of done your job. And this is actually the big motivating force behind me, publishing things to my blog, making YouTube videos, vlogs, sending email newsletters, is that I get the greatest joy and satisfaction in life when I feel like I'm making an impact and, influencing others. Now, the reason why I think you could change the world and move the world with photography is that, well, it's interesting because you could motivate other people to become photography teachers, and your one influence to somebody else could teach, could create a chain reaction to have 100 people learn photography through one photography teacher. And sharing ideas is great because ideas, spread like viruses, where one interesting idea, powerful idea could change other people's thoughts. Like even, for example, Nassim Taleb, his notion of anti-fragile, Nietzsche's notion of the will to power, or what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. And I think that's our task as philosophers, artists, photographers, where we're trying to plumb deeper wells of knowledge and information and knowledge, and essentially share and propagate that with others. So, for example, with images, right? It doesn't matter if you speak Khmer, Korean, Spanish, English. That photography is a universal language. We look at images, photos of other human beings, we kind of understand what it is. Even Seneca right now at a year and a half, he could look at pictures of other kids in books, and he kind of understands that he could actually mimic and the gestures and so forth. And so I think with photography, the best way to propagate your photos, your own website, blog, start a podcast, YouTube channel, whatever have you, start your own email newsletter. I like sendy.co, and allow yourself to become kind of more childlike, a little bit more naive, to know that, certainly your photos is going to change you if it motivates you to go out and live more, interact with more strangers, ask for permission. Without permission, it doesn't really matter. So ultimately know that, your greatest strength is photography. Utilize your photography's Archimedes lever to change the world.